summon Shigora.
Shigora origin. When Skeletor and He-Man are forced to work together, you know the evil is incredibly strong. This is the situation with Shigora, who Skeletor first summoned to aid in capturing Castle Grayskull. Shigora, however, made the decision to hoard everything for himself. He turned on Skeletor, and consequently, Boneface was compelled to work with his arch-nemesis in order to stop the giant, brown, one-eyed chunk from opening a portal that would take Eternia into his home dimension. No one could forget his famous dialogue, "It's Black Friday on Eternia, let me in." Why is this villain so terrifying? He was able to overcome the sorceress in addition to physically imposing his entry into Castle Grayskull. Shigora blasted the sorceress using a beam, transforming her into a terrible, harpy-like monster that assaulted He-Man and his comrades in a scene that still scares us to this day. Shigora is one of the strongest villains simply because it gives us nightmare fuel to see the sorceress as a wicked bird. Let's dig right in and explore more about Shigora in detail in our video today. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
No!
Shigora, backstory explored. In order to destroy He-Man and take control of Eternia, Skeletor called forth Shigora, a monster from another dimension. However, Shigora was too strong for Skeletor to govern or even banish, and he had his own plans for Eternia. He injured Whiplash, who ran to the royal palace to alert the heroic warriors and He-Man to the terrible danger Shigora posed. He had already trapped Skeletor, Trapjaw, and Evil Lyn in crystals. To prevent Shigora from sapping the power of his captives, they traveled to Snake Mountain, but he called his servants to battle them and vanished away. He entered Castle Grayskull and defeated the sorceress. He then turned her into a laughing, harpy-like creature and ordered her to assault both the evil and heroic warriors, while he attempted to open a portal that would transport Eternia into his own reality. In order to recreate the magic that summoned Shigora and sucked him right back into his own reality, Evil Lyn first managed to liberate the sorceress from Shigora's influence. She then united her power with those of Skeletor and Sorceress. Let us dig a little deeper into the episode to save Skeletor and find out how powerful Shigora is. The episode starts when Whiplash shows up and demands to see King Randor, interrupting a royal party taking place in the palace. Man-at-Arms stops the demon's path, but Whiplash falls to the ground instead of attacking. He wheezes his request for the monarch to aid the evil warriors. Prince Adam tries to assist, but Teela stops him and says that this might be Skeletor's ruse. Randor calls for the court doctor. Teela, Adam, and Duncan watch while the doctor tends to Whiplash's wounds. Whiplash reveals his reason for being here. After he is mostly recovered, Skeletor planned to establish a portal to a mysterious evil world hours ago in Snake Mountain in order to summon the monster Shigora to aid him in defeating He-Man. Shigora claimed that he had been keeping a watch over Eternia for ages, hoping that someone would take him there in order for him to take over the world. When Shigora had been called, however, Skeletor and Evil Lyn discovered that he was difficult to manage and disinclined to follow orders. Skeletor, Trapjaw, Evil Lyn, and Whiplash all made unsuccessful attempts to bring Shigora under control. Whiplash heard his buddy screaming in terror as he escaped. Man-at-Arms lacks sympathy for Skeletor once the story is over, but Whiplash reaffirms to him that Shigora won't rest until he has demolished all of Eternia. Later, Adam and Man-at-Arms argue about whether to trust Whiplash's account. They are then telepathically informed by Zor as he soars overhead that Shigora is genuine and that he would attempt to gain control of Castle Grayskull. No one but the united forces of good and evil in Eternia can defeat Shigora, as well as only He-Man can save Skeletor and bring their sides together. At this point, Cringer and Adam change into Battlecat and He-Man. Whiplash leads Fisto, Orko, Man-at-Arms, Battlecat, Teela, and He-Man to Snake Mountain, where he reveals a hidden doorway and guides them inside. There, they discover Shigora magically absorbing their strength, as well as Trapjaw, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn trapped inside crystals. The heroes rescue Skeletor as well as the others when the demon leaves the room, and He-Man forms a short-term alliance with them. Returning, Shigora exults that he's already absorbed enough strength to seize Castle Grayskull. He makes a swarm of bat-like animals before heading to the castle to deal with all of his foes. After stopping the demons with the aid of their respective companions, He-Man and Skeletor go to Castle Grayskull, right in the Collector and the attack track. Skeletor and his soldiers determine that summoning Shgora is not such a horrible idea because they can deceive He-Man from within Grayskull's fortress once the demon breaches the castle's defenses and He-Man manages to stop it. Shgora quickly arrives at Grayskull, swiftly destroying the drawbridge and defeating the sorceress. Shgora had entered the castle and resealed the drawbridge by the time Skeletor and He-Man's army showed up. He-Man used his famous power sword to order the drawbridge to break for him, much to Skeletor's amazement. When the coalition enters Castle Grayskull, they discover Shgora imprisoning the sorceress in her seat. While he attempts to unlock one of Grayskull's passage corridors, Shgora turns the sorceress into some kind of laughing demon to attack his adversaries. He-Man maintains that they need to find a method to stop the sorceress from murdering people, while Skeletor's men attempt to overpower her. Shgora's spell is successfully blocked by Evil Lyn, who also restores the sorceress back to normal. Shgora employs his power somewhere else in the castle to create a passageway leading back to his own dimension so that he may transport all of Eternia there. While Skeletor, the sorceress and Evil Lyn redo the magic that summoned the demon, Battlecat, He-Man, Trapjaw, Fisto and Whiplash battle with him. He-Man is the only one that Shgora has trouble repelling, so after the spell to dispatch him back is finished, he clutches to He-Man in an attempt to remain on Eternia. He-Man's comrades rush to aid him, but Skeletor blocks them with a wall of fire in an effort to confine both He-Man and Shgora in the alternate realm. The evil warriors break their partnership and depart to steal Grayskull's trade secrets. Shgora is released from Orko's control by a lightning strike, which causes the demon to fall back to its rightful place and free He-Man. The sorceress sends He-Man to the room where Skeletor is looking for the power of Grayskull. Skeletor and his soldiers race to check what He-Man is guarding when they notice that He-Man seems to be standing in front of a doorway. The enemies are drawn back to Snake Mountain by the portal, which is only another transit corridor, and He-Man merely moves aside to let them fall into his trap. With the threat averted, the sorceress praises the heroes, specifically Orko, for protecting He-Man from Shgora. She tells them that they must return to the aristocratic celebration. He-Man hints that Adam would prefer to be with the sorceress and winks, while Teela sneers that Adam is undoubtedly having a great time. In He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Shgora is voiced by John Irwin. John Irwin is well recognized for his work as Reggie Mantle, Beastman, and He-Man.
You're not getting away.
Marvelous verdict. To Save the Skeletor is a terrific episode, which we'd rate in the top 10 of all the series. The thought of Skeletor and He-Man having to cooperate is fantastic, allowing for a great lot of hilarious banter and humor between the two. The sorceress's transformation into a demonic incarnation of herself is shown in a rather terrifying manner, and Shgora exudes a true sense of danger that is uncommon for He-Man. Although his body motion is definitely not perfect, his facial expressions are excellent and successfully convey his nasty and terrible personality. Additionally, the episode's early allusions to Skeletor's impending death and Whiplash's wound give it a somewhat ominous tone that has not been equaled in the rest of the episodes thus far. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe.